Good morning. My name is Cheryl Woodard, and I'm one of the meditation teachers here at EBS. I'm coming to you this morning from our bookstore because there are people meditating in our meditation hall, and I'm doing these Facebook meditations for people who can't come visit us in our building. Of course, we all know that Buddha taught compassion. And Buddhism is a very compassionate religion practice. And one of the things I want to talk about today is how you can invoke compassion to help yourself when you're in distress. And I thought of this because yesterday, after my No King's March experience, and really not, I thought I was feeling pretty good, and then I went to the grocery store, and the place was really crowded because there was a storm heading into town, and bad weather, and everybody had rushed to the grocery store to, like me, to buy their supplies. And so things were breaking down in the store. The staff was overwhelmed. The parking lot was full. The self-checkouts weren't working, etc., etc. And I became frustrated. And I thought about how I needed to be kind to myself. And so, when we're just overwhelmed with everything, the compassion is a tool that we can use to bring ourselves back. There's a story, classic story about Buddha, that a woman had lost her baby. Her baby had died, and she presented herself to the Buddha seeking comfort. And he told her, I promise you, you'll feel better. Your pain will go away if you just do what I'm telling you right now. Do it exactly like I'm telling you to do. I want you to go to every single house in the town, knock on every door. And when the people when they answer the door, tell them about your loss. And ask them if you can come in and sit down with them. And in every household that has never experienced loss of any kind, ask them to give you a sesame seed, which is, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're really a tiny little seed. And he gave her a bowl to collect the sesame seeds in. And of course, she came back without any seeds. And instead, people had listened to her talk about her grief and shared their own grief with her clearly, because everyone had some. And this communion had healed her. So she came back to the Buddha with no sesame seeds, but with, in fact, her suffering had gone. And mindfulness meditation helps us. It should always be the background for everything else we do. It is the main thing that the Buddha taught, to make friends with yourself, to become familiar with how your own mind works. But sometimes you can also apply other more pointed techniques to invoke compassion and engage your heart. And for me, right now, when I feel like, there's just so much distress in the world, including in me, I need to do more than just meditate, mindfulness practice. So there are several meditation practices that Buddhists do to invoke compassion. And some of them are just simply contemplating, a whole bunch of contemplations about the nature of reality and our interconnectedness, and things like that, sort of truth-based, evidence-based analysis of why compassion is so important to human beings. But another one that I want to do today is like doing what the Buddha had that woman do. It is akin to knocking on people's doors and communing with them in our grief. So there's a book that we studied one time here at EBS with a teacher. It's called Awakening with Love. And that author is John McCransky. But the practice is to sit down in your meditation like you normally do, and we'll do that in just a second. But then to invoke the memory of someone who's loved you, someone who has been kind to you, and then visualize them in front of you, right now in front of you, like you've knocked on their door and they've answered the door, and you're going to come in and sit down with them and tell them your sorrow, tell them your distress, and look into their face and see how they would respond to you if they were right in front of you. Maybe this person is a teacher you had when you were a little kid, or a family member, or a friend who loved you, just loved you. Whoever they are, just bring them to mind, and then let yourself feel the love that they would feel for you right now, that they do feel for you right now, or would be. So let's do this. I'm going to guide us through it. Won't take long. We always begin by creating a safe, open space and taking an upright but relaxed posture. So please do that now. We call this taking your seat, meaning that you commit yourself to staying in the present moment as much as you can. And you feel the space around you, and remind yourself that you are safe and secure right now. You settle your body into this space. You release any tension in your body, settle your body, and feel yourself firmly planted in the present. And then use your breath to connect with the space around you. Feel yourself breathing in the space and breathing out space. And then from that settled, open posture, invoke this person. And really give some effort to recalling their presence in your life and feeling how they made you feel, how loved they made you feel, how the warmth, of their presence. And let yourself soak it in. Wouldn't it be sweet if you could sit down with that person right now and tell them about your distress or your sorrows? And they could tell you about theirs, and you could love each other. And so take some time with this. You may feel yourself pulling back a little because there's likely to be some grief. You're invoking feelings that may bring into a highlight your distress, and that might feel uncomfortable. But if you can relax and let it happen, do. If not, just be where you are, do what you can. But the main takeaway is to feel that you are not alone. You have support in this world. You have had people who helped you get to where you are today. you still have within you the memory and the strength of what they gave you. And you can give it to yourself right now. So, feel that. You know, compassion is like a liquid, it's like honey or warm water. It flows, it moves. When we're distressed, we're frequently blocked up. Our channels are all blocked up and tight. And compassion can feel like a warm bath or a sauna or a hot tub that soaks out that tension and loosens it up and lets it go. So let that happen to you right now. This isn't going to change anything about the circumstances of your life or the difficult situations that you have to deal with, but you don't have to carry all of that in your body, and you don't have to let it burden you and weigh you down. You can relax into it and let it go, because people love you. We have each other. So before we end, we are going to end soon, but before we do, take a moment to extend this feeling of warmth out. Extend it out towards everyone who needs it. And there are plenty of people in the world who have no clue of the kind of goodness and warmth that you have enjoyed in your life. So extend it to them, share it with them. Just picture it like a warm wind, warm water encircling them and calming them and helping them relax too. And then that's it. You can do this little loving kindness visualization whenever you're meditating. If you're doing your mindfulness meditation, you can just add this little minute, really 2 minutes of love, picturing, invoking love, and engaging it in letting it be in your body, feeling it in your body, and see what that does for you. So I know that I marched yesterday. Maybe you did too, or maybe we're all tired of marching. But today there is also another march here in Little Rock. It starts at 2 o'clock at the Heifer Village, and people from EBS are going there wearing our EBS t-shirts. It's called Progress for Peace, and it is an interfaith assembly of people who are commemorating everyone who died in violence in the past year, and celebrating and communing with other people of faith about the love and compassion that we share in our own lives. So if you're not all marched out, or you feel like getting out, it's a beautiful day. I'll see you there, 2 o'clock, Heifer Village. In the meantime, please take care of yourself, love the ones you're with, and till the next time.